What's up, everybody? Max here. So this week's vlogs, updates. The CBR is done. If you sense a little strain and anger in my voice, it's because there's quite a bit of that. But that's for another cast. So the CBR is done. The mini bike is almost done. I'm just waiting for a battery. And the ZX9R has gone through another failed attempt at being sold. Oh, this time nothing broke. The guy just backed out last minute. And that ZX9R repeatedly teaches me that I'm just much better off selling more expensive vehicles rather than cheapo bikes. Cheapo bikes draw a lot of unsavory people that are just a huge pain in the butt to deal with. And I try to be really professional about it all the time, but sometimes you just want to choke a motherfucker. And, you know, that's just life. Right, so today I want to talk about a business thing. And basically, as my business grows, the thing I tend to run out of first and most is actually just storage space. Not money, but storage space. Because a lot of times, a lot of these bikes, I mean, I ride some of them and I'll do reviews for you guys, but in general, a lot of the bikes I fix, like the ZX9R, I mean, they just sit done because I don't like them, I don't want to ride them. And aside from the cursory putt-putt around the block, you know, to make sure everything is fine, they just sit. And so basically my business has two problems. One, I run out of storage space in the garage. And two, I have no interest in inviting people from Craigslist over to my home. For obvious reasons, right? Like, especially for like a $2,000 bike. I don't want you coming near my house or seeing what's inside my garage. Like, that's just a bad idea. So what happens is I end up having to load stuff up. Ooh, that's nice. I like that. The thing that ends up happening is I end up having to load the bike on the trailer, go to Walmart or whatever, meet these people, and then I always try to meet at their house. I always say, listen, just give me your address, I got a trailer, I'll just bring the bike to you. Because that tends to attract most people, and it's a lot harder to say no once I already got the bike at your house. So I have two problems. Basically, I don't want people... oh, no, I don't want to go there. Basically, I don't want people coming to my home, and I don't have enough space to store my bikes. So I've been looking recently at various solutions, and the first thing that comes to mind is simply to rent an industrial space, because it would allow me to have a phone line, it would allow me to have a mailable address, it would allow me to get an actual dealer license, which would open all kinds of doors. But it's expensive. You know, right now I'm actually on my way to go look at a 500 square foot showroom. That's kind of far. It's like 20 minutes from my house. And it would be a 500 square foot, $500 a month showroom, where I could basically just keep bikes and meet people. So then I just have to drive over there every time I need to meet somebody. You know, and that's pretty much the cheapest I've found. The only other option, of course, would be to split a place with somebody. Yeah, so the other real option would be to split a spot with somebody, which I'm not necessarily against, but I don't really know anybody that A, I trust, and B, needs such an arrangement. But I have come across a few people that it may work out. I don't know. I got a lot of irons in the fire, as they say. But right now it's just me. So that's option number one, and it's obviously a desirable option because I could store bikes there, it's secure, it's insured, I could meet people there, and I could do some minor work there. I prefer to work in my own garage because, like, I can't sleep. It's 1 o'clock in the morning. I walk downstairs in my pajamas and just start wrenching on stuff. You know, and I like that. I like being able to do that. To me, that's a big plus of having my own garage in the house. So the other option is in the corner of my backyard. I don't know if I've shown it to you guys on film or not, but corner of my backyard, I have a shed, and it's like maybe 8 by 10. It's not very big, and it's rusty, and the termites have eaten the floor, and it's just a piece of shit. And I found out that here in Pflugerville, I can build up to a 200 square foot shed that's almost 1.5 stories, basically, if I want. And I don't need a building permit for that. So the other option I've been looking at is doing just that, building pouring a slab, building a proper 14 by 14 foot shed. And then once the shed is built, I could basically make a small loft up in the shed for storage and use the square footage of the shed to park bikes and stuff, which would really help me on the size thing. It doesn't really help me on location because obviously my shed is in my backyard, so I can't invite people to my backyard any more than I can invite them to my house. One of the other things I've considered is giving people another address, because and that's where we start crossing into shady shit. You know, there is a park in my neighborhood, and I could probably figure out what the address of the park is, because I can get to that park without actually crossing any major roads, you know, just inside the neighborhood. Because I don't want to take a bike out onto the street that I don't have, you know, insurance on. Because fuck all that noise. So there's a couple options mulling in my head. I'm going to see what's available in terms of rentable space. But basically at this point it looks like, unless I get some sort of partner, that's really not financially feasible. I really can't be giving away $500 a month. That's a good chunk of what I bring in, and you know, it wouldn't really help me enough to justify the cost. So yeah, basically I don't really know what's going to happen with this whole storage space shed situation. I mean, I can pretty much guarantee you I'm going to build a big shed. That's going to happen, just cause I need one, and the old one's falling apart. But I don't know if I'm going to use that as the only solution or just part of a solution. I've been talking to some people also. The other option was maybe find a smaller motorcycle dealer that could use the inventory boost, basically, to generate traffic. There was one guy who owns a classic motorcycle restoration place and dealership down in Dripping Springs. And he basically offered to sell my bikes for me, give me a place to show them and sell them, and you know, conduct business on my behalf, basically. But it's more than an hour away, and that's just too far in case something comes up. Because you know, I get a lot of my business, I generate a lot of my business because I can move quickly on stuff. Both on the buying side and the selling side. You know, you got to close the deal quick a lot of times, and being an hour plus, that's an hour without traffic. That's like it's like 45 miles, 45 or 50 miles from my home, and so that's an hour assuming I got no traffic, no nothing, and I got to cut all the way south and all the way west across Austin, which anybody who's lived down here will tell you are the two worst possible things to do, especially if there is traffic. Oh, and by the way, this storage space that I'm going to look at right now, I can actually get on 130, and it'll be a lot faster. I would have been there already. I don't like to try to go 85 miles an hour on this supermoto and talk to you guys. I find that's kind of distracting, and so I'll take the highway back, probably, but I would not normally go this way through traffic and stuff like that. I just you know, wanted to have an opportunity to chit chat with you guys, and doing it calmly without being worried about being run down by some like fucking tow truck or shit. There are possibly big things coming in terms of this bike. I got an offer for a trade that maybe kind of wrenches my heart a little bit, but it could be worth quite a bit of money. So I'm not going to talk on it right now because I'm supposed to go tomorrow, and I got to drive way out to a place called Palestine, Texas for it. But there should be a pretty hilarious reveal video if that does go through. I think you guys will get a big kick out of it. So anyway, like I said, everybody ride safe, be good, and I'll see you in some more videos this week.